What's up YouTube, Slaynard here, welcome to the channel. Today we're giving you a new series, Be a Franchise Mode. We're going to go ahead and be the Vancouver Canucks. We're going to try to build a dynasty here. We have a lot of big contracts we need to get rid of off the bat. We're going to try to keep these videos nice and short for you guys to enjoy. If you guys have any other ideas or suggestions for me, please feel free to comment down below. Let me know, I'll reply to you guys all, and I'll take all ideas into consideration. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started here. And one more thing, I do want to thank all my subscribers and viewers and people who give me a thumbs up on my videos. I really appreciate you all. I can't do this without your support, and it means a lot. For all new people watching this video, don't feel obligated to, but make sure to smash that subscribe button, press the bell to stay notified, and I can't wait to see you guys commenting and liking in my next future videos. So let's get to it, enjoy, and let's go win a Stanley Cup. Okay, starting off here, looks like we have a total team budget of just under 100 million. Top players, we got Pedersen, HOLTBY, Miller, the usual. The Comets are our affiliate team. We probably won't spend too much time looking at their rosters and whatnot, unless maybe they make the playoffs, then we can probably take a look. We're still at Rogers Arena, being there for 25 years. Our facilities are pretty low. We'll look to upgrading those a little bit throughout the year. But anyways, let's hop into here. Division realignment, we'll just keep it all the same. As the Vancouver Canucks, we'll stay in the Pacific Division. For the settings-wise, everything looks like it seems to be in place at this very moment. I don't think we're going to change anything. Going into settings here, looks like we're going to have a 25 season franchise mode most likely. Rules, custom rules, injuries on, period length 4 minutes. Everything is pretty well on here. Difficulty, all-star, trade difficulty, I believe on medium, relocation. The owners will authorize your initial attempt to relocate. No, we'll have that off. So basically everything's on here. We'll leave it the way it is. Hopping into now, we'll look at our advanced settings real quick. Head coach edits lines, we'll do minimal. Just, I want to focus on the lines, but just in case I get a little lazy, they can do that for us. Auto rotate goalies, we're going to have that off. That's a big setting for me. I like to put in my own goalies. Minor league, head coach, yes. All right, now that we made it in here, we can finally start producing some franchise videos for you guys. We have the rosters updated finally with the updated rosters, so that's going to make everything pretty easy. What we're going to do first thing is we're going to come take a look at our starting lines that we have so far. Looks like chemistry-wise, we're going to turn that off. We have 0 chemistry for all 3 lines. We'll probably look to make some better fits. First line, we have Horvat with Pedersen and Besser. That's a stacked first line. We're probably going to move this around a little bit after we make some moves. JT Miller with Pearson and Ferland. That's not too bad of a line. Ferland develops pretty decently in this game, so we're probably going to look to keep him in our roster as long as he can stay off the IR. Beagle, Roussel, and Sutter, Erickson, McEwen, and Motte. Our bottom 2 lines are going to need some work here. Our third line in particular, our fourth line we can kind of let go. We have Louis Eriksson, which will be one of the characters we will be looking to trade right away. And I mean players, not characters. I've been playing too much Lego Star Wars recently. We'll be looking to get rid of his contract, maybe parting way with a high draft pick, maybe second or first round just to be rid of his contract. But we'll definitely take a look into that a little bit more. On defense, starting, we have Quinn Hughes, 86 overall, with +1 overall with Myers for that chemistry. We got Nate Schmidt, the new pick for the Vancouver Canucks, with Alex Edler. They have some +1 overall as well, with Brogan, Rafferty, and Jordy Ben. We are going to look to change that third defensive pair as well, try to get some of our prospects up from down below. We have a few people like Niels Hoglander. And there's a few others I can't think of the name top of my head right now. Taking a look at our goalies, we have HOLTBY and Demko. HOLTBY's rated at an 88 overall right now. That's pretty spectacular. I'm glad the Vancouver Canucks were able to pick him up. He's a great goaltender. Overall, he has a lot of experience. He'll be able to mentor the young Thatcher Demko, who's projected to be one of the better goaltenders in the NHL. He had a great last season. I'm looking forward to seeing him develop here on our team. Our goaltending dynamic, we're probably going to leave the same for quite a few years. We might look to pick up a prospectual goalie for the future to replace HOLTBY most likely. But as it stands now, our goalies are pretty well set. All right, going to look into our contracts here. We got Elias Pettersson on a $925,000 contract. He is an RFA next season. It's going to be kind of scary signing him along with Quinn Hughes. They're both going to go up to probably $8, $9, $10 million. All depends on how they produce this season. Besser has a pretty good contract as well as Horvat, but they're safe for a couple more years. Taking a look to see who we're going to have to sign here. There's people like Tyler Myers that I'm going to look to move off the team with his $6 million cap. Schmidt, he has a bit of a higher contract, but he's a big boy player. We'll probably look to keep him. As well as we keep going down here. Pearson, we might look to move. He's a UFA next season. Maybe we'll play him for this year and then have him go. Sutter with this $4.5 million. He is definitely someone we're going to look to move right away here. Jordy Ben will be looking to move as well, or maybe just sending him down to the minors to live out in Utica for the rest of his career. Everyone's favorite Vancouver Canuck player, Louis Eriksson, his wonderful $6 million contract. We'll definitely be trying to move him and a first for some AHL winger or some bottom third or fourth line winger, most likely. And then Rafferty will probably send him down to the minors as well. Looking at our goalies, we have HOLTBY, $4.5 million. Honestly, such a good contract for 2 years. What a great signing that was from Jim Benning, aka Slaynard TV, because we're the new owner here. And GM. Thatcher Demko, he's going to be an RFA next year. He'll probably boost up to somewhere similar to HOLTBY. I can't wait to see him play. With that being said, let's go ahead and make some trades, do some roster moves, and go from there. Okay, looking at roster moves, we're looking right now at Utica's roster and just in the system. So we have Sven Berchi, a $3.5 million contract there. We're going to look to probably get rid of him as well. Taking a look how many years he has left here. 1 year remaining, so he'll be gone after this year for sure. Looking up Olli Levy, we're definitely going to call him up to our main roster. We're going to have him as a third defensive pairing. He's a great defenseman. Taking a look down here as well. We have a few good options. Brisbois, Taves, Sautner for another D-man to replace Ben, but we might look to trade someone. Jet Wu has potential to prosper into someone good. His potential is a top 4D, so hopefully that will be able to move into something good, maybe in a year or two down the road. Jonah Gadjevich, he has good potential as well. My apologies, to become a top 9 forward in the real leagues hockey. He's pretty good. D-King's pretty average. His shooting is pretty good, actually. He has a very powerful shot. We're going to look to potentially add him to our roster in the next couple of years. Niels Hollander, like I was talking about before, right now he's projected to be a top 6 forward, 65 overall right now, so we're definitely going to keep him down low for another season or two to develop. His speed's pretty average right now. His stats are average overall, but he will most likely grow a bit better. And then taking a look at the rest of our lines, we're going to have to make some moves, but we got one player up, so we are going to send one defenseman down here, and that will be Rafferty. So we're going to have Ulevy take his place in the meantime. He has a left-handed shot, with Ben having a left-handed shot as well. That will conflict a little, but that is what we're going to do. So let's go hop into some trades. Let's move those big cap space players, and let's go from there. Okay, so the first most incumbent move that we're going to need to make today is trading for our boy at the very bottom, Louis Eriksson. He's got a massive contract, $6 million, 2 years left on that, and we want to move him out of here right away. What we're going to try to offer is probably him and a first-round pick for this upcoming draft. We have a lot of prospects down below, so we don't really need the first overall pick. We're going to try to look for maybe someone for like our fourth line or third line maybe as a winger. I just want to take a look at some of their players on the block and see if there's anyone that we could possibly be interested in. We just need to get rid of him. I wouldn't complain too bad depending on who we got. Anthony Manth's on the block. Let's see what he's going for. He might be a good pickup for us. I mean, top 6 forward. He goes for $3.5 million. He's RFA right now, 85 overall, 25 years of age. I think that'd be a good pick, honestly. They're getting quite a bit here. I get Mantha. We get rid of his contract. Let's go ahead and propose this trade. And it looks like it's going to be approved here. So call up to the NHL. Berchi will be coming up. No players will be moved down. Let's go ahead and do this. He's got some anxiety with their team, but we picked up Mantha. I mean, this past year, he's done pretty good. He's got a lot of goals this past season. I think he had a 4 or 5 goal game. He's a good player overall. We'll definitely look to sign him. But I'm glad we got Louis Eriksson off our team. That's the one thing we need to do. Next up on the list, we need to try to move our favorite defenseman, Tyler Myers. I mean, he's an elite defenseman, but for $6 million a year, he's not really worth it, to be honest. I'd rather have maybe someone lower caliber and like less money. Just he costs so much, right? Taking a look, Jared Spurgeon is actually on the block. Let's take a look here real quick. He's apparent. Oh my gosh, $7.5 million he's going for. That's not helping our case at all. But I mean, he's a good defenseman. Apparently, one of the better defensemen in the league. Looking at his stats, though, looks like defensive one. He has good discipline, offensive awareness, poise. He's fast. He's actually got some pretty good stats. I mean, for the price he's going for, though, that's a little hectic. But let's keep looking here. We want to find another defenseman. PK Subban's on the block. He's probably going to go for an arm and a leg and drop off pretty quick. $9 million. He's 31. Overpriced. Still a great defenseman. Got a lot of attitude, but it is what it is. Nolan Patrick. I'm trying to think of someone who we really want on the team. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to go find up a trade, and I'll be back. All right, so I was able to find someone I'm interested in, Troy Stecher, who actually just left the Vancouver Canucks. He's a great player, and he's fast. He's quick. He's got decent stats. He's a top 4 defenseman. Like I said, he has 87 speed, 8 acceleration. His power is pretty decent. He's overall a good player. I'm pretty upset the Canucks lost him, but for $2 million, we can free up $4 million cap space. Myers, they're interested in. He's elite. He's a big defenseman. Let's propose this trade. And there you go, another contract gone. We picked up the old Troy Stecher. He's actually one of my favorite players on the Canucks when he was there. We believe this transaction will be contribute to our success here in Detroit, so we are accepting your trade offer. We're just going to have the GM edit our lines, but there we go. We just picked up Troy Stecher. We moved another gross contract. I think we have one more to go. All right, so we have one last trade here. So we have Brandon Sutter and our second overall pick for Robbie Fabry. He's a top 9 forward. He saves me about $1 million a year, $900,000. He's 81 overall. He's 24 years of age, so he can still grow a bit more. His shot's pretty good all around. He has good discipline. He has good hands. And best but not least, he has solid agility, 90 speed, 90 acceleration. I'm actually going to try this with a 3rd overall pick first, and if that doesn't work, then we're going to use our 2nd. Again, we don't really need to draft too many players, but let's see if this works. So it doesn't look like they're interested in parting ways, so we'll use that 2nd, which should give us the trade. And it looks like they're saying no. The Detroit Red Wings have this thing called a trade block. You should check it out. Based on what you're asking to call up, it seems like you haven't, so you better be willing to give us something outstanding. Okay. Well, in that case, I think we're going to maybe add our 3rd as well. But with that being said, I can't offer anything more. And trade accepted. So a 2nd, a 3rd, and got rid of Sutter. He's going to rot there in Detroit, which is an already rotting team. We believe this transaction will contribute to our success here in Detroit, so we are accepting your trade offer. Perfect. So now we got rid of our 3 big contracted players. I'm going to go ahead and edit our lines. We are not going to make any big moves really this year. We're going to play the season out. We have a couple big contracts assigned next year with Pettersson and Hughes, who are going to go for a dime each. So we'll leave it to that. I will be back with our lines. So there is one last thing I did forget. I forgot about contracts and signings and other people. So there is someone I do want to sign, Yurmo here, Yoni Yurmo. He's expected to be a top 4 defenseman. He has pretty average stats all around, but I'm actually going to go ahead and sign him an entry-level deal. He wants $925. I think I'm going to offer him probably $825, to be honest. Yeah, okay, he just sassed me right off the bat. Fine, I'll offer you your $925, then, you sassy there, guy. Oh, it's been a dream of his to join the team. Apparently, offer him $100,000 more. Okay. Going into our UFAs, we have none. RFAs, we have a couple. So Mantha, Virtanen, and Gaudette. 3 players I want in my lineup. We'll start with Anthony Mantha here. He's actually only asking for 3 mil for 1 year. I'm actually going to look to sign him. Oh, God. His price just skyrocketed the more we go here. I think I'm just going to sign him then 1 year, 3 mil then. That's quite the steal of a deal. We'll see how he plays out this year, and then we can probably look to move him again if he gets high trade value, or sign him for a little bit higher. So sign him for the 1 year. He's currently considering his options. Next, Jake Virtanen. He's a stud of a player. He's loved and hated by a lot of different players. He's a top 6 forward. I mean, he has a pretty good shot. The kid's a sniper and a half. I've seen him play live. He's a pretty decent player. He's fast as well. He's big-bodied. He can check, 89 checking, 89 strength. He's honestly a good player. He just needs to get his head out of his rear and focus on his career. And that kind of rhymes. Years, we're going to probably look to sign him for a little bit longer. He wants 3 years, 36, 3.6 mil, my bad. I think that's something we can part with. He's a solid player, and I think that'll make a good addition to our lineup. He has good stats. We're going to put him on a good line, maybe the first line, honestly, with Pettersson. He'll be a good addition to that line. I think as a big body dude to stick up for PD. One-way contract, 3 years. He's considering his options. And last but not least, Adam Gaudette. Again, another solid player. Third line checking forward, top 9 forward. That'll help replace our lines. He's got average speed, average shot, average stats altogether. But honestly, he's a decent little player. I'm a fan of him in Vancouver in real life. He wants 1 year. I can honestly assign him 3 as well for 1.1 mil. I think that's pretty fair. It's a good price. And he's currently considering his options as well. So let's take a look here. Actually, I did forget to take a look at the goalies. I'm not sure why you have to go into a separate place just for goalies, but it's what you have to do apparently. So UFA, none. RFA, none. And unsigned, none. So that's good there. Let's sim a couple days here to see if they sign with us, and we can go from there. So owner expectations, a new season. We have some goals. He wants us to acquire a first-round pick. We just traded ours away. That's interesting. He wants us to win our opener, and he wants us to beat the Flames. That's pretty understandable. Salary cap, simming again, budget allocation. We won't worry about that right now. And it doesn't look like any of those players have signed with us yet, and the preseason is about to start. So we're going to go ahead and edit our lines now and go through this preseason and go from there. Okay, so apparently a new update in NHL 21, you're not able to add certain RFAs into your lines. So I cannot even add some of our new acquisitions, including Anthony Mantha, and I can't add my boy Virtanen, as well as the other gent. I can't remember his name right now. So going forward, we have Miller, Pettersson, and Motte on the first line. I really like Motte. He has good hands. He's a fast player. We have Besser, Horvat, Pearson, Roussel, McEwen, and Ferlin, with Beagle, Fabry, and Berchi. So we have a 0 chemistry overall, +1, +3, and +0, or 0. Going to our defense, we have Hughes and Edler, Schmidt and Stetcher, and Ulevi and Ben. The first 2 defensive lines posting a +3 overall, which is absolutely huge. And then goalies, we have Holtby and Demko. So this is our team so far. We made some moves. We've got rid of our players we didn't need. We acquired some new players. We have our line set up for the preseason. We're going to set captains once we start the regular season and get those 3 players signed. We're going to revamp the lines again for the regular season. At the trade deadline, we'll probably look to buy a little bit more, but for now, we're just going to play it out like it is. We'll focus on some more owner stuff in the next video, which I'll be producing for you guys tomorrow. So make sure you smash that subscribe button, give my video a big thumbs up, and press the bell to stay notified. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I love you all. Peace.